In this video, I'll show you 5 awesome mechanisms you can 3D print at home to show others the wonders of this technology. Let's get started. How's it going, guys? Angus here from Maker's Muse. I've been in the 3D printing space for quite some time, and I've shown many people what this technology can do for the very first time. To do that, I've always been on the lookout for awesome 3D printable models, ones that are only really possible through the layer-by-layer process employed by 3D printers. These 5 models are free to download, require no additional hardware, and all exhibit really unique movements that you can guarantee will wow someone when you show it to them for the first time. Many of them have been around the community for a very long time, for years actually. However, if you're very new to 3D printing, you might have never even seen them. So let's get started with one of the quickest to print. The Nautilus gears, uploaded by Mishal to Thingiverse on July 24th, 2012. This print takes around 1 hour at 0.2mm layer heights, but you could go even coarser if you wanted to speed things up. As an industrial designer, I'm quite familiar with the golden ratio and the inherent beauty in objects formed using logarithmic spirals. But did you know you can even make gears out of them? The gear profiles were generated using a Maple script, which Mishal gives full credit to, but hey, they made it 3D printable, which is super cool. It prints in parts and they simply snap together afterwards, and the Nautilus gears have this spiral shape, yet mesh perfectly together. It's actually pretty crazy through the entire rotation. You do need to be careful to make sure the teeth are meshed at exactly the right point so they can rotate, and because of the spiral, they actually change ratio smoothly throughout the rotation. Now, I'm sure there's some kind of real-world application for something like this, but nonetheless, it's an amazing print, and out of all the models in this list, it's the easiest and fastest, making it perfect for a no-fail live demo at schools or workshops. Coming in next at 2 hours print time at 0.15mm layer heights is the famous Emmett gear bearing, published to Thingiverse February 23rd, 2013. Emmett is a prolific designer in the 3D printing space, being responsible for many iconic 3D printable models. Honestly, he's an absolute genius at knowing the advantages and limitations of the 3D printing process and creating some absolutely incredible models. The gear bearing is an awesome print-in-place model with herringbone gears arranged in a planetary gear set. The parts rotate smoothly around each other, however, due to the unique tooth structure, and they're locked in place and can't fall out. It's incredibly clever and works far better than it should as a bearing. For printing, you need to ensure your first layer is a perfect distance away from your print surface to avoid welding the parts together, and you can help free the parts with the help of a hex key. I do recommend using a raft if you're not confident with your first layer height. There is no shame in using rafts if they make your print succeed, guys. So if you need to do that, go straight ahead. If you really want to blow someone's mind, this model is a great way of doing it. Just wait for the inevitable, but how did you put all the parts together? And then you explain, well, it's because it's a layer by layer process. They all form at the same time. Mind officially blown. As a bonus, some of you may know I've been a little bit obsessed with rouleau triangles lately, making my own bearing version with these solids of constant width. Well, Dahl's Chickens on Thingiverse had a crack at making a geared bearing version, published May 6, 2018 to Thingiverse. It's a 3-hour print at 0.15mm layer heights, and I'll be honest, my attempts so far haven't been successful. It comes out fused and doesn't quite work for me. So I might recommend scaling it up slightly, but I'll keep testing this file because it looks super cool. Number 3 is the Geneva mechanism, by me. Now, I don't know exactly why, but this simple mechanism has proved mesmerizing for millions of people in the video I made about it. However, my original design uses hardware and bearings. Because of this, Radioactive on Thingiverse decided to modify my original model to make it fully 3D printable. Taking 2 hours to print at 0.2mm layer heights, you do need to use support material for the crank and drive wheel, and the movement isn't quite as smooth as the original design, but a little bit of sanding will help free it up, and you might want to use just a little bit of glue to lock the frame together. However, it's a fantastic model to demonstrate an intermittent motion mechanism. Number 4 is the print-in-place Iris Box remix by LoboCNC, published October 10th, 2016 to Thingiverse. There's no other way to say it. This model is insanely clever. A working iris mechanism in a model that prints in place with no additional hardware. LoboCNC wasn't the first to attempt such a design, but this is my favorite variation by far. You simply print it without support materials and you cut away some little inbuilt supports when the print completes at the base, and then it frees up. It does take 3 hours to print at 0.15mm layer heights, and I won't lie, this model is a bit of a challenge to get working. It's highly dependent on a good print setting, good printer, and high quality filament, plus a healthy dose of luck. My attempt in gold PLA failed to free up. However, this one I prepared earlier in red PLA. It's a delicate and challenging print, but well worth the effort. You can even store things in it. And last, but certainly not least, is Emmett's Gear Cube, published to Thingiverse December 27, 2013. Yes, another model by Emmett. I did say he was prolific. This design comes in at a 5-hour print time at 0.2mm layer heights, so I wouldn't attempt it at a workshop, it takes too long to print, but as a demo model, it's freaking cool. There has been gear variations of everything from hearts to faces, but the cube is definitely my favorite. Admittedly, it's a bit hard to hold onto it and turn, but as you do, it looks super cool as it rotates and starts morphing shapes, and it definitely grabs people's attention. It prints as separate parts and is then assembled using the printed pins. Just make sure you snap the parts in lined up, so when it's complete, it actually forms a cube. And there you have it, guys, my 5 favorite 3D printable mechanisms you can make to show people the incredible potential of this technology. A huge thank you to the designers for making these models available to the community, and be sure to let them know that you're enjoying them if you choose to print them. Now, I would love to know what your favorite 3D printable mechanism is, so please leave it in the comments below. Normally, links are disabled for videos on YouTube, however, for this video, I will moderate them and I will be allowing them in the video comments if they're relevant. If you enjoyed this video, I would love for you to subscribe. My aim is to empower your creativity through technology, and I look forward to seeing you again very shortly here on Maker's Muse. Catch you later, guys. Bye.
It is the latter half of the 20th century, and man has sent rockets into deep space. He has placed satellites into orbit. He has actually